And it appears that we're here. Hello, welcome back to the afternoon session. I took a bit of a break to go and have some lunch and run an errand. I started thinking that if I was going to do an afternoon session, I probably needed some snacks. So I had to go get a thesaurus because I thought I had one, and I searched my room. I could even tell you what it looked like, but I can't find the thesaurus. So I went over to the office shop, I had to stop and think, and bought a thesaurus, and while I was there I picked up some snacks. So I now have chocolate and I now have a soda, and we shall see how this works out. So the sketch that I am using is another one of the Scrapbook Generation sketches that I just purchased. I'm kind of practicing a little bit. I'm going to be taking 2 of the 4 books with me in print. I accidentally printed them. I didn't mean to. I was trying to print one sketch and I ended up printing all the sketches, and I went, well, I'm committed now, so I just ring bound them and stuck them in with my paper. But I wanted to go ahead and just do a couple of the sketches and get some practice, because every sketch is laid out a little bit different. The instructions are a little bit different. And I have been using the Close to My Heart how-to books exclusively. And I love those books. If you have a chance to get your hands on any, they are worth the money. I'm no longer a consultant. I don't make any money off of Close to My Heart. I still love the product. I don't sell for them anymore, but I still love the product. So, but I decided because I needed some fresh stuff. I have been using my books since the very first time I signed up, or the very first moment I signed up with Close to My Heart, which was 2005. And I've been using the books since then, so I needed some fresh inspiration. So while I was watching, I know what I was watching. I was watching Packing for a Retreat videos, because you always seem to find new ideas of how to pack for a retreat. So I've got cat hair on my monitor, so I was wiping that off. You always find new ways to pack, new things to do when you're getting ready for a retreat. So I watch those before I leave and as I'm packing, because you don't want to forget anything. There was one time somebody mentioned trimmer, and I was like, oh crap, I didn't pack my trimmer. So I went ahead and put my trimmer in there. So I was watching a couple of those videos, and they mentioned Scrapbook Generation sketches. And I was like, I've never heard of Scrapbook Generation. So I pulled them up and I was like, okay, I can do this. So I purchased 4 of the books, the 2 one-page books and the 2 two-page layout books. And I purchased those, and then I downloaded a bunch of the free sketches. So I'll have everything on my iPad with me at the retreat, which, by the way, I'm going to try and film my setup. I'm going to try and get in there either before everybody gets there on Friday and film my setup, or early Saturday morning and film my setup before all the girls can walk in, because not everybody wants to be on video. And I don't want to do it while everybody is playing, because they're there to relax. Some of these ladies are consultants, and it's one of the rare times they get to do personal scrapbooking, that they're not getting ready for a class or getting ready to teach a class or process it in order. It's one of the rare times they actually get to catch up on their own scrapbooking. So I'm going to try and get in there on a Saturday, either right there on Friday and get it set up and filmed, or film it on Saturday for you, because I like to watch how people set up. I'm weird. I like to watch it and like to see how it is. So I would like to film mine, because you might get some new ideas, some fresh ideas. I did my gearbox and put that up there on the YouTube channel. And tell you what, that gearbox has really been a lifesaver. Who came in? Hi, Dumpling. Is it kitten nap time? Huh? Is it kitten nap time? What are you doing, baby? Good boy. Good boy. You have to stay on that side of the desk. Yeah, that's your line. Good boy. Oh, mommy. Okay. So anyway, for me, the gearbox has been a bit of a game changer for me, because it's got a lot of the stuff that is useful and, in my opinion, needed for a crop or a retreat. But I hate unpacking it and packing it, or you forget something vital, or so you've got something that somebody might be able to borrow if they forgot it. So I have the bin and I keep it all packed up. So anyway, you didn't come here to hear me talk about all that stuff. So let's get started. I am again working on the Washington D.C. Hi, are you going to? Yeah. What? Where's your ball? I just bought you a ball. Where is it? Did you get tired already? I don't know if you're going to nap here. Do you want me to move your box over? Don't bite your mother. Don't bite your mother. Here, let's move your box. Give me your box. Give me your box. Have nap time. I'm like, wait a minute, that's brother's box. Give me your box. So, in here, okay. So we are working on the Washington D.C. pictures again. Good boy, nap time. And this is the hop-on, hop-off bus. Now, I discovered the hop-on, hop-off bus, I think in Washington. I've used it a couple times since then, but I think it was in Washington because I was impressed that you pay. He can see me on the screen, it's confusing him. You pay a flat fee per day, and I think this was $49 a day or something, but sometimes they have a special. No baby. Sometimes they have a special of if you're going to be here for 3 days, and if you purchase all 3 days, it's such and such amount. And I'm going to scoot. Let me see if I can scoot this over, because that screen there is causing me to see things delayed. So I just thought I saw dumpling skitter across the counter. So we were there, I think we purchased 3 or 4 days worth of on-off, hop-on, hop-off buses. And I ride it one time to get the full loop, get the lay of the land, and after that, you can use it like a taxi system as long as you keep your receipt. There's no ticket, no anything, you just keep your receipt that you've paid for it. And I just stuck mine in the window of my wallet, because I have a Vera Bradley wallet, and I just stuck it in the window of the wallet, just flashed it to them. And you can hop on, hop off during their business hours. And I think it's like 6 o'clock in the morning to 10 o'clock at night or something like that. Each city varies. But it was fantastic, because all we had to do was get ourselves down. Well, here, we got ourselves down to the main bus station and parked, and then we could ride the bus all day long. In Sydney, I just went to the closest bus stop. I went to the closest bus stop to the hotel and did it that way. So, either way. So that's what these are. It is hop-on, hop-off pictures and the things that I took during the round of the route. So we have my sketch, we have my pictures. There is no trimming other than I may, and I don't know if I'm going to do this yet, I may trim them down to where the mats are 4x6 and the photos are slightly smaller. I don't know if I'm going to do that yet, but this particular photo right here I did not take. This was off of Google Images. And since I am not making money from scrapbooking any longer, I don't sell the product any longer. I don't have a Patreon. I don't even get any money from YouTube. This is just strictly for fun. I do not mind using a public image for my personal scrapbooking to enhance my personal scrapbooking. Now, if I was teaching a class with this or making any money off it whatsoever, I would never do this. But since it's for my own personal scrapbooking, I loved the picture. Whoever took the picture, I don't know who took it, but whoever took the picture did a fantastic job, and I want to have a copy of it in my scrapbook. And then that is the Spy Museum. I do not remember what building this is, but I loved this because it was 2 buses passing so close that we could touch each other. And then this was down in the financial district of Washington, D.C., all just a maze of buildings. So I think the way it is one. Yep, okay. So the journaling, picture, and then these four are down below. So now we just have to figure out our papers and our get to cutting. And I do all of my journaling on vellum because I need to type my journaling. My daughter is dyslexic and she can read printed word better than handwritten word. So I do all of my journaling on vellum, and the reason I use vellum is because it will go with any layout. It'll go with any color scheme. It's completely clear, and I try to make it big enough to where anybody can read it. So that's why it's on vellum. So we need, how many? We need a bunch of paper. Am I going to be able to use my scraps for this? Let's see. Let's take out our scrap box. It's under my desk. This is just a boot box from, or a man's shoe box. It's either a boot box or a man's shoe box from Container Store. So I don't want Halloween. The bus is burgundy-ish color. Okay. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. I don't know if that would work. I like that. Okay, so I need how many squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 squares. Okay, that would work. That might work. The squares are 2 3/4. Okay, that's going to be too small. Is that the right? Nope. Ooh. Something like that. No, we need to stick with a more neutral. That would work. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. They say use a stripe. I think I'm going to use a solid because my pattern paper is going to be kind of all over the place. Let's just make sure there's not any other colors because I can make 18 out of that. I like that too. I like that a lot. Okay. See, this is why you dig all the way to the bottom, because you never know what you're going to find down here. Okay. This, or this, or I think I want that. Okay, I don't want that. That's going to drive me nuts. Okay, so do I have a color scheme for this? Raspberry, I always keep paper beside me. So we have raspberry, think that's lemon. I don't know what green that is, but I could figure it out. I'm not sure what gray that is, but any gray would work. I need to find, I think that's blush. Okay. Because I would like to find a color to do my mattes with. And then I need the stripes. And I think I want to do the stripe because I've got black here. So I might do this, I might do silver or black. Okay, black shimmer trim. Maybe that would work. Okay, well, let's see what we can work on. Okay, so what color do I want to be my base? I actually think white. And don't fall over in a dead faint that I'm actually using a white base. Alright, let me go get that. Oh yeah, that worked. Okay. Oh no, I only have one left. Ooh, the white would work. Or the pink. That would work. Let's go with that one. Okay, let me measure these out. This is a bag that is packed for my retreat. So if I'm digging in it, that means I'm obviously using the supplies and I will be happy with them during retreat. So 12. I'm gonna go a little bit over because I can trim. So there's one strip. Two strips. I'll put this back in. And I'm doing something new this year. I am taking this and I'm going to put it over, it's just a little command trick, I'm going to put it on my shelving unit to hang my mask off of so that my mask can air dry and I don't forget to put it back on because we are going to a hotel and while I'm not fond of the mask, I really don't like the fact that we have to wear the mask just because I don't like anything on my face. I comply with it, but I need to be somewhere visible so I don't forget that I have it. So I'm going to put a little command hook on my shelving unit that I take with me and hang my mask up, and that will also air dry it. And again, I cannot see, I'm checking every now and then, I can't see if we have comments, because if we do, I can't see them. So if you're asking me questions or anything and you're wondering why I'm not responding. I can't see them, so please forgive me. Okay, so this is going to be for mats. This is going to be for bases. Put my stickers on there. If you're wondering what the stickers are, that is my way if I end up stacking all of my layouts. If they're drying or I get into a big scrapping evening and I'm stacking my layouts, that's my way of knowing what layout belongs in what album when I put everything away. And I'm going to just sit here and cut up some paper for a bit and see how many squares we get. So 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay. I might actually, to tie these squares in together, I might take the time and distress the edges in black. Are you sleeping, Bubby? And this is the difference between doing a Facebook video, because I would normally be speeding up through this so you wouldn't have to watch this part of it, and watching a live. With a live, you have to watch this stuff. And I'm going ahead and just cutting everything up because that way I have options on how to lay it all out. I don't know if that's going to be big enough, so this might be my only ones for this. Yep, that's not big enough. And did I cut that at 3? Yes, I did. Okay. Trim away. I might be able to use these. I'm going to pull these back out until I'm done. Alright, let me grab my inks. Ah, that's the problem. I keep a selection of basic inks on my desktop. These are all, everything but the black is retired inks from years and years ago with Close to My Heart. And then I just keep a selection of daubers with their little names on them. And these are all duplicates. So like I have a set in the closet. I keep my inks in the closet behind me. And then I also have a set of 4 of them in my tote bag, which is, I'm looking in the camera, I shouldn't do that, which is sitting there on top of the cube with the black cubbies. That's my tote bag that I take to retreat with me. So this just stays on my counter, up here on my desk, and then my basic inks. Make sure I'm in my chair. So I think I'm going to just sit here and we're going to distress the edges on all of these. Just get it done. I don't know which ones I'm using, which ones I'm not. We will figure it out when we start doing the layout. I'm pretty sure I inked up. Yep, it's good and juicy. So, nothing like a nice wet ink pad to make this go faster. And I'm kind of sad because slate is in my go bag. And I no longer have any more re-inker for slate. So once it dries up, that one's gone. And that was one of my very favorite colors. So once it's gone, it's gone. But I was thinking what I might do is I may, although I heard a rumor that there might be some smaller inks coming down the pike. I don't know for sure because I haven't seen the catalog. But if there is, then I'll be buying some smaller inks from close to my heart so that everything matches properly. But if they don't, I'm going to buy the small mini cubes of the Tim Holtz Distressing, just of the basic colors like what I've got on my desk right here, to keep in my go bag. Because they're teeny weeny tiny and they'd be perfect just for finger daubers. Because I use the Tim Holtz applicators and stuff when I'm doing blending and stuff, but if I'm just doing edges, this is the best thing. So I just keep a little jar of them on my desk. So this might take a little while. Anybody want to play goldfish? But I think it's worth it because it does add dimension to the pages and stuff. But just to add, you know. So we'll just sit here and distress. Let Dumpling take a nap. I did move my cameras a little bit. If you were here this morning, you saw more of my shoulders because my laptop was in its normal position on my desk, which I thought was going to be fine, but if I want to just sit here and kind of view you and be able to work, I stuck my laptop in the corner of my desk instead of off to the side. So I kind of had to rearrange things just a little bit, but that's okay. Hopefully I'm not in this room for very much longer. I will be able to move into the bigger studio. My husband, we have the last few pieces that we need to buy. There's something in my eyeball. The last few pieces we need to buy, I've got the parts list. It's just I am not going to IKEA by myself and getting those. And it's about a $400 purchase between, I'm going to get another 2x4 calyx, and then 4 sets of drawers, the legs for furniture. I'm going to get 8 legs for furniture and a tabletop countertop to go on my island. And I would like to get the glass piece that fits the 2x4 calyx to go on top, just for, you know, protection. So that's the pieces that I need to buy that we don't already have. And then the black piece behind me with the white piece with the black cubes, that's what I keep my memorabilia in right now. One of those drawers, each of those little fabric bins is 1 year. And I just, as I acquire things or as I accumulate things, I just open the drawer, flop it in. And then when I go to print those pictures for that year, I either just put the pictures in there until I'm ready to work with them and journal, and because I try to do all my journaling all at once. And I keep it all right there, or I make my my iris buckets. And I'll have to, I think I've done a video on my iris buckets actually, of whenever I've got all of my journaling done, how I set up the bucket for to scrap, how I know it's ready to scrap. So, but instead of using the 2x4 for that, I'm going to get the entire 2x4. Because Kayla's out of school, I don't have near the stuff a mom normally ends up having to save. So instead of using a fabric bin for each year, I'm going to get the little IKEA drawers that fit in those cubes. And each cubie unit is 2 drawers. Well, 1 drawer can be a year. And it's basically half of a cubie. So that's going to be perfect. I mean, she's out of college, she's out of school. I'm not taking near the photos I was taking, near the memorabilia that I was doing. If we go on a trip or my husband starts speaking on the speaking circuit, that's one thing. But I don't think I need a complete fabric bin for memorabilia anymore. So I'll go down to the drawers, and that will still leave 4 open cubies for storage. And then of course my paper island, because we're going to build an island for nothing but paper. So one side's going to be nothing but cardstock, and one side's going to be nothing but pattern paper. Which is funny because right now I just have a crate. I have one crate. It has all my pattern paper. That's it. I'm going to be doing a retreat video shortly, or you may see it during when I'm filming the setup, because I'm going to end up taking it. It's all my pattern paper. It's only a crate. Why not? So, but the way I'm going to organize it in the island might be a bit different, so it might take up a little more room. Like I was watching Craft Some Joy, I think it was. Her paper organization. I don't think I could explain it better than she does. Go over to her channel, and I think it is Craft Some Joy. She is a Creative Memories consultant, which I didn't know when I was first watching. It was only after I went to watch her Pop series that I was like, oh, she's a consultant. Okay. But her organization and the supplies that she used, I immediately copied and totally changed my cardstock. I don't know if you can see my cardstock behind me, but I totally changed my cardstock, and I made, well, for right now while it's on that rack, dust covers. But when it's in the island, it's going to be dividers. Is what that's going to be. Pardon me for one moment. So, and I like it. But go over to her channel and find her paper organization, because once I saw that, I was like, I told my husband, I said, I'm about to spend some money on kind of scrapbooking stuff. It's so I can organize my scrapbooking stuff. And bless the man, he didn't, when he saw what I wanted to do, he was like, okay. So, I don't know what I did to get him, but I'm keeping him. So, anyway, we're almost done with this portion of it, and then you get to laugh at me trying to do geometrics on this page, because it's gonna be a diagonal that might prove an issue for me. But you know what? It's either going to turn out or it's not. It's only paper. These are scraps that I wasn't using to begin with. If it turns out, it's going to turn out. If it doesn't, it's only paper, and I can reprint the photos. It'll be okay. I am not going to stress about it. Yeah, I was in the office store, and I literally only had to pick up a thesaurus. And I was in the checkout line, and I was like, snacks. Snacks. Need snacks. So, I picked up snacks for today, and I picked up snacks for the retreat. So, although I picked up a little box of peanut M&Ms for the retreat. I don't know why. Janine's going to make sure we have chocolate. I mean, she has never failed in the chocolate department. And I was going to try and save the potato chips. Amy, I'm going to have to buy some potato chips because I busted open that bag. And I was watching Shark Week last night. And my hand was in that bag like a person that had never had a chip before. I finally had to give up and take the bag away from myself. So it was not a pretty sight. Actually surprised Biscuits isn't in here, or Shoni. We had Shoni this morning sleeping on the desk. Now we've got Dumpling. Biscuits is normally in here. If you follow the channel at all, you know exactly who Biscuits is. Dumpling is the newest addition. And we're stopping with 2. We are not getting any more than 2 cats because we babysit a lot. So Shoni makes 3, and then if my mother-in-law and my daughter end up being out of town at the same time, Shoni, Peter, Biscuits, Dumpling, I end up with 4. No, I don't need any more cats myself. Because when the brothers come over, and they are, all of them are litter mates, but when the brothers come over, I have a handful. Just about done. Then I've got to get a baby wipe and clean up before I smear ink everywhere. Now the sketch doesn't say to do this part, but I want to. This morning you had to watch me stitch. Now you're having to watch me distress. Okay, so let me put these aside for a moment and let me get a baby wipe and clean up. Good. And that, my friends, is why we are using a baby wipe. This is, if you're wondering what this is on my desk, it is just a piece of peel and stick wall vinyl that comes off. I put it down just so you wouldn't have to deal with the glare of my, I don't know if you can see it, of my metal tabletop. So it just helps with the cameras. Okay, so what are our measurements? Bottom edge is 3 3/4 from the bottom of the page. And bottom right is 5 3/4, so 3 3/4 from the bottom of the page. Okay. And that's why I like metal. And 5 3/4. So right there is where the bottom That's where it should stop. That's where it should start. Let's see how close we get. He's not even been with me a month and he's already acclimated to the scrap room. So that, and then okay. Now let's see if we have to move these around a bit to get them. Yeah, these are going to be too high. Okay, so this is where it should end, is right here. Two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've got to scoot these over a little bit. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and a piece. So I might be able to cut. You know what? I may just do it that way. Theirs is a little tighter. But I like okay, I think I like that. Alright. Now theirs is actually supposed to be a little bit tighter. And then 4x6, 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 and 4x6. And then the strip, and okay. I think I like that. Okay, let's get it glued down. First one's always the hardest one to put down. And what I may do is I may run some stitching through these. Yeah, I think I'm going to offset it, yeah. Might be fun to run some, like a raspberry, straight through them. First one's on either side is always the hardest to put down. I gotta go get some adhesive. Pardon me for one moment. Okay. Okay, so then next I want to do the 4x6 mats. Like I said, the original sketch does not have mats. I think I want them. Now if we're doing mats, let's trim these down some. Oh, it's going to be a little bit bigger. I didn't want to trim the emblem off that one. So the original sketch, it's just 4x6 pictures straight down. But I want mats. Now in some of these, if you're watching, you may be questioning why I trimmed it the way I trimmed it. So, like with this one, I trimmed the tree side versus the car side. I want the car. If we're looking back in these photos, you know, think back from your grandparents or your parents and their cars. What do you notice? You notice what year the car was. Like, you know, you 57 Chevy. Everybody knows what a 57 Chevy looks like. And on this side, not only do we have the cars, but we've got the gentleman wearing a suit. And that is going to depict the fashion. So you've got the suit here, you've got the t-shirt guy here, t-shirt guy here. This was just a partial person. And really, you know, the only part you could really see was the elbow. So I trimmed off the extra sky, but I wanted to keep this because that dates the photo. So, and then I want to, okay, that's going to be a problem. If I do it this way, that would work. So we may have to change the orientation, or no, we have to change the orientation of the journaling, but that's okay. It will be fine. The cat's just not even bothered. He's just a happy boy. Butterfingers. Okay. Okay. Let's work on the Shimmer Trim. This is something that I really hope is still in the catalog because I really, really like it. It has been for years and years. I don't foresee them changing it. But there's other things that they have retired that in the past that I've been like, oh no. So, but that is, you know, you gotta keep things fresh. My hair is itching me. It's tickling my face. That's not gonna work. Okay, it's about to get stupid in here. My hair is not quite long enough to actually do this, so it's gonna get really weird looking. But I've got to get it off my face. Okay, bad hair time. I promise to keep my bra on. My very first convention, I went to convention, I knew, or I thought I only knew, one person, which was my upline. And it was a Orlando convention, at, you know, combining Disney. So I took my family with me. And I had, by this point, I had been a consultant for 3 years. And I'd always told my husband, we're not doing convention. We're not going, I'm not doing it. And my upline finally convinced me to do it. She's like, Jen, you'll love it. So we turned it into a family vacation. We went, I absolutely adored it. After that, I think I only missed 2 conventions. One was after I'm almost positive we had a tornado because I saw my fence take off flying, so we had to replace my fence. And the other one was during a family, the entire family went to the Grand Canyon, and my husband wanted to ride the donkeys down to the bottom of the Grand Canyon, and he worked for a solid year to lose the weight to be able to ride, you know, ride the donkey to get down. So I wasn't about to stand in his way on that one after he worked so hard to lose the weight. And we had an absolute blast. But I loved convention. But anyway, after, you know, during this first trip, they've got, you know, sales meetings and stuff like that. And during one of the creative sessions, this lady in the front row, and I ended up actually meeting her later, but she stood up in the middle of the creative session and she's like, stop, I need everybody to wait for just a moment. She whipped off her bra, and I was just like, you know, I think these are my people. You know, it broke the ice, and after that I was like, I'm gonna be okay. There's no reason to be nervous. These women aren't out to eat me, you know. And after that, I was fine. But before that, I'd been a consultant for 3 years, and I had barely met anybody. But after that trip, I was just like, I got this. You know, we can. If she feels comfortable enough to rip off her bra in the middle of creative session, these are my people. So, you know, I could make that smaller, and then it wouldn't be taking up Although, I could make that smaller. Oopsie. I'm going to figure out where that staple flew before I step on it. Okay. Okay, I like that. Okay. That, my friends, is called improvising. Or changing things on the fly. Okay, so then we have that. We can do it that way. Ooh, I like it. Yeah, like that. A little bit of foam tape. Oh, you know what? Okay. I saw a larger roll of this at the office store today, but I didn't think it was the right width. It is. Or, I'm sorry, thickness. That way you can still see the tree peeking out around it, but okay, so now we need to find our title. Title is supposed to go over here and then embellies. I don't know what embellies I want to use, or if I want to use, because we already have Shimmer Trim. We already, yeah, I may keep this just simple with the title. I gotta find a good title. This is where I have a problem. Big Bus DC. That would do it. Okay, let me find my thickers. Hold please. Oh, you know what? I think I've got thickers that would be perfect. Hold on. Am I imagining them? Did I? Surely I'm not imagining these. There's those. The red ones, which I don't think the red ones would work. So that might work. Here they are. Or does it clash with the Shimmer Trim? But you know what? If I don't use it on this, I don't know that I'll ever find another layout that it'll work on. Hold on, this is my thinking process. You just happen to be the lucky person to watch it. That would work. Or that. Oh, right here in front. Okay, we have options. Happy. What is this one? Oh, that one's not going to work. I have a little thing with thickers. I want to use that Happy. I really want to use that Happy. Happy. See, this is where you need help sometimes. You need a girlfriend sitting next to you that can rack your brain for you. Ooh, wait a minute. Sweet day. So sweet. Dream. Think happy. This set is the Dreamer. I don't think I've used it. Oh, I have used it. Okay. Well, let's just write it out and see if we can make it. I'm having trouble with this. This is driving me crazy. Beautiful, happy. I have a beautiful word sticker that would save me some letters. I don't think so. Family, love, thanks, home, congrats, hello, smile, happy. Oh, that's there. Okay. Ooh. Okay, we're done. Beautiful day. Happy, beautiful day. Let's do that. Let's make that work. Happy. Need my tweezers. Need my spelling. Sometimes you just gotta get creative with your titles. I really wish somebody would come out with a book of different titles. It's not like we all don't use the same titles 500 times, but I need a good reminder of different titles. I am not good at this part on my own. I've got to get these used. They're sticking to the contact paper. Yeah, they're not coming off very easy, so these need to be used. Now, I was stating in this morning's video that the Tuesday mornings in my area are gone. They all went out of business. So I went ahead and purchased, because this is where I get all my thickers, is Tuesday morning. Why pay full price when you can get them at the discount store? So because of that, I went ahead and bit the bullet and bought the alphabet dies from Close to My Heart. Not cheap. But I had to remind myself, there better be an L. I had to remind myself that back in the day, when we all had the Sizzix machine, we all had several sets of alphabet dies. Didn't we? We all had those. So, make sure there's not a date on here somewhere. So when I got rid of my Sizzix machine, because everything was going towards the smaller die cuts. My alphabet dies went away. So I went ahead and went, you know what? I haven't had an alphabet set in years, actual years. So I purchased the dies from Close to My Heart. And that way I now have a full set of alphabets and letters to where I can make my own titles out of whatever paper matches the layout that I'm doing. And it might be tedious, but I could put foam behind it. It's not as forgiving as thickers, but I could do it. I mean, I take the time to hand stitch, so. Alright, stop sticking to the carrier sheet. Okay. Okay, so put these aside, and I'll put them back in when we're not fighting over. You don't want to watch me do that, so we'll just put that in later. Let's line these back up and work on the embellishments. So we can put this there. And this is a good time to use all these weird little bows and whatnot. I never know what to do with all these bows. This works. See if I can clear off a sheet of stickers and get it completed. That's always a good thing too. I don't think I'm going to be able to clear it off, but let's get down our bitty sparkles and just sprinkle those some bitty sparkles around. I love these bitty sparkles because they add just enough without being, hey, there's this, you know, a big rhinestone right in the middle of your work. It's just teeny, weeny, tiny. A craft knife for me is the easiest way to adhere these, except for this one that's rolling. Just the very tip of my craft knife. Now be careful if you do this because it is a knife and it will cut you. I have done that. There's a reason I keep a jar of Band-Aids on my desk. I'm not joking. So but this to me is the easiest way, just to add a wee bit of sparkle. And they also don't add a ton of weight to the page, because sometimes you get that problem too. Or a ton of bulk. So they're really good for mailing on a greeting card too. Okay, I think everybody's got a sprinkle. Okay. Blade, because I have furry children. Okay, I think this is it. I think we got it. Give me a second and I will hold it up for details. I have a little bit of a mess over here to clean up. But if you have been with me for any length of time, you know that in between each project, I completely clean my space. I put everything away. I do it in retreats, I do it here. So that's why you will probably only see me work on one layout or part of a layout and then start a new one at a time, because I have to clean my space each and every time. It's weird, I know. I'm also one of those that has to have the kitchen clean before I can go to bed. Oh, hi, hold on. I'm seeing comments. Thank you. I see Diamond Artworks and Maryland Girl. Thank you so much. Did not realize I had some comments on there. Okay, so let's start on this side. Just so you can kind of see a little bit. The figures have a little bit of a pink behind them, so that's what I'm saying. If I don't use them on this layout, I might not use them because I don't do a lot with gold and pink. There you go. Not a layout that I would have thought about on my own. I don't know if I could have put this one together without a little bump from a sketch. I like it. It's geometric. I don't normally do geometrics. I don't normally do anything that's got to have measuring to it. It's white background. I don't do a lot of white backgrounds, but I think I like it. I think I like it a lot. It's different for me. And you know what? If you don't get out of your box a little bit, you can't learn. You can't grow as a scrapbooker. And that's the way you develop your style. That's the way you develop your talent. Every single one of us has a talent for something different within scrapbooking. Please do not ever look at somebody else's scrapbooks and go, oh my God, I can't repeat what they did. I love Inky Quill. I love her layouts. But when I try and do a mixed media, it looks like a kindergartner threw up on the page. It's not a pretty process. So while I love to watch her work, and I've spent the last 2 days watching her live streams, I had it on repeat, everything that she was doing. I find a lot of inspiration watching her. I can't duplicate her layouts because when I try to do it, it doesn't look right. When she does it, in fact, my husband even said, when she does it, it's just like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, and he agreed with me. Her stuff turns out absolutely gorgeous, but you will have your own style of scrapbooking, and don't ever, ever, ever compare yourself to somebody else. Your scrapbooks are your own. They're your memories. It's your artwork, and everybody's artwork is completely individual. Pardon me for one moment. So sorry. So anyways, enough with the going off on the side tangent there. Thank you so much for joining me for the second time today. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. I understand that there's 112 things that you could be doing. Thank you so much for spending just a little bit of your time with me. Until next time, bye-bye.